Welcome to Caribbean Global Network News and Sports. I am Scott Wilson. In today's headlines, Edward Seaga's body arrives in Jamaica. And in sports, Briana Williams sets new national record. Mr. Seaga's body arrives in Jamaica. The body of late former Prime Minister Edward Seaga arrived in Jamaica yesterday. Mr. Seaga's remains, draped in the national flag, arrived on a Caribbean Airlines flight which touched down minutes after 5 at the Norman Manley International Airport. The body was escorted by members of the Jamaica Defense Force, which formed a guard of honor to receive it. Family members, including widow Mrs. Carla Seaga and daughter Gabrielle, were on the flight. On hand were the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, members of the Cabinet, Leader of the Opposition, Dr. Peter Phillips, members of Parliament, relatives of Mr. Seaga, among others. Mr. Seaga, Jamaica's 5th Prime Minister, died in a hospital in the United States on May 28. He was 89 years old. The late former Prime Minister has been accorded a state funeral. No CXC Math resit. There will be no resit of the 2019 CXC Math exam. Earlier this month, invigilators were fired following a breach in examination security during a CXC Math examination at a school in Trinidad and Tobago. It followed the circulation of a video on social media showing inappropriate communication and cellular phone usage by students due to inadequate supervision. However, the registrar of the Caribbean Examinations Council, CXC, in a statement on Friday explained that students will not have to resit the exam as there was no breach of examination papers before or during the time of the examinations to date. 1-year sentence for Jamaican man in Guyana over sex tape. Reports out of Guyana are that a Jamaican man has been sentenced to 1 year in prison for circulating a sex tape of his ex-girlfriend to his contacts on WhatsApp Messenger. Anthony Lynch, otherwise called Russian, appeared before the Georgetown Magistrates Court on Friday and was sentenced after pleading guilty to the charge. According to the Guyana Chronicle, the 33-year-old admitted that on January 1, 2019, he knowingly, for the purpose of exposure, circulated obscene cinematographic videos by way of WhatsApp. He was also charged with escaping from police custody on January 7 and overstaying in Guyana. It is said that Lynch was granted 5 months to stay in Guyana when he arrived in the country on November 16, 2016, but overstayed until May 29 when he was arrested. And in sports, Reggae Girlz ready to roll. The Reggae Girlz are now in France, and according to reports, they are eager and ready to get into action. They won't have long to wait, as Sunday, June 9, they kick off their first match in the FIFA Women's World Cup with a match against Brazil. Following their practice match loss to World Cup-bound Scotland, the team has settled down in England and started their practice sessions in Lyon. Head coach Hugh Menzies said the team has been divided into groups, allowing the players to get back on their feet and in the swing of things. She said the girls are in good spirits and welcome being back on pitch and looking forward to their opening match. Price puts suspension behind him. Reggae Girlz assistant coach Andrew Price is ready to resume his duties following his JFF-imposed suspension and is only focused on the task on hand and ahead. The 10-day suspension was handed to Price by the JFF ahead of the Reggae Girlz send-off game against Panama, which was heavily scrutinized. The suspension saw Price being barred from playing any part in the Reggae Girlz preparations for both the Panama farewell game at the National Stadium and the Scotland game in the UK. The assistant coach has chosen to put the incident behind him and instead chose to focus on what's ahead, helping the girls to do their best in the World Cup. Briana Williams sets new national record. Jamaica's Briana Williams continues to shine with her latest achievement coming at the Jacksonville Open on Saturday. Williams is now the fastest junior in her country's history following her blistering run. Running in Section 1 of 2, she bested her Trinidad and Tobago teammate Khalifa St. Fort to stop the clock in 11.10 seconds, bettering Kiara Grant's national junior record of 11.11 in May. And if that were not already impressive, her coach Otto Bolden believes she could have run faster. That's it for your CGN News and Sports. I'm Scott Wilson. Pleasant viewing.